Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News of the Berkshires and beyond. Out of all the seasons, spring is my personal favorite because the weather is neither too warm nor too cold. In particular, April is a great time for local entertainment events. On this episode, I'll be visiting Canoe Meadows and a zoo one can take a road trip on. Besides our usual local art and theater stories. Plus, I'll be discussing one local basketball team's state championship and reviewing the brand new movie, Project Hail Mary. First, it's time for this episode's trivia question. This episode's question is, which famed children's author's works were partially inspired by the zoo at Forest Park? Now, for this episode's local headlines. First up is an important news story regarding local arts grants. The Pittsfield Cultural Council, or PCC, has awarded grants to a group of organizations, groups, and individuals who will provide creative experiences for community of members of all ages this year. Through funding provided by the Massachusetts Cultural Council, or MCC, the PCC is supporting 48 projects that span a wide range of disciplines, including visual arts, music, theater, dance, literature, and other community events. Each fall, the local council reviews applications and awards grants to projects that align with its mission of fostering a vibrant and accessible local arts and culture scene. Nonprofits, businesses, government agencies, and individuals are encouraged to apply for grants for 2027 through the MCC website, which typically begins accepting project proposals in early September. The list of companies and businesses receiving grants is far too big to list in this episode. For the full list, visit the website shown here. WWHN thanks iberkshires.com for information on this story. Up next, we'll be visiting Berkshire Theater Group for a production with the BTG Junior Theater Company. They will be putting on James and the Giant Peach, based on Roald Dahl's most delightfully offbeat and poignantly quirky tale. Roald Dahl's James and the Giant Peach Jr. is a fresh Master Peach musical adventure, bursting with heart, humor, and imagination. When young James escapes his miserable life with his conniving aunts, a mysterious magical potion transforms an ordinary peach into an enormous vessel for an unforgettable ocean voyage. Along the way, James befriends a band of singing insect companions and faces sharks, storms, hunger, and the occasional squabble, discovering courage, resilience, and the joy of finding his chosen family. Featuring a wickedly tuneful, high-energy score and a witty, charming book, this adventurous musical celebrates friendship and self-discovery through colorful characters and larger-than-life moments. Bursting with imaginative costuming and playful puppetry, this family-friendly production creates a colorful world where human and insect characters leap off the stage. Directed and choreographed by Kathy Jo Glover, with music direction by Aaron White, James and the Giant Peach Jr. highlights BTG's commitment to youth theater and arts education. It is an imaginative, big-hearted journey that's destined to become a favorite. This takes place on April 24th, 25th, and 26th at various times. For more information, visit the website shown here. Up next, we'll be visiting Mass MoCA for an exhibit with artist Michael E. Smith. Michael E. Smith creates installations that thrum with unexpected energy. Drained fish tanks, plaster-filled basketballs, and unplugged scanners exert a new or previously unseen sense of alertness, even swagger, in their novel conditions. Retooling objects that remain, in the artist's words, quote, stubbornly themselves, such as a piece of furniture or article of clothing, Smith tests the way materials interact and react when placed together. He handles the shared materials of our lives with sensitivity, often coupling disparate objects in the hopes that they will be reunited with their other halves, diverting them from their future as waste. Smith also taps into their resilience. This will be opening starting May 2nd. For more information, visit massmoca.org. Spring is an excellent time to be outdoors with nature. One of the places one can visit is Canoe Meadows, which is sponsored by Mass Audubon. Located just 1 mile from the center of Pittsfield, Canoe Meadows brings wilderness to Berkshire County's largest city, attracting warblers, turtles, ospreys, otters, and the occasional bear at different times of the year. The sanctuary was founded in 1975 when Cooley Graves Crane donated her Pittsfield estate to the Massachusetts Audubon Society. Early historical documents indicate that the Mohican tribe often landed their canoes along the Housatonic River in this area. The practice was a source of inspiration for Oliver Wendell Holmes Sr., who named his nearby home Summer Canoe Meadows in homage to these activities. The name of the sanctuary also originates from this historical context. There are several trails within the canoe meadows. The first is Sacred Way Trail. This is an easy 30 to 45-minute walk along the Housatonic River, past an old oxbow pond to Sackett Brook, returning to West Pond. This is excellent for birding. The other trail is Wolf Pine Trail, a 45 to 60-minute walk through leafy hardwoods and back along the old carriage road through a shady canopy of hemlock trees. Canoe Meadows is located on 309 State Road in Pittsfield. For more information, you can call 413-637-0320. Up next, we'll be visiting the Clark Art Institute for a brand new exhibit. Distraction is a buzzword in modern culture, and rightly so. Focus becomes so difficult when we're bombarded from all sides with notifications, updates, and pings. But was it so different in the age before Google and TikTok? In this three-way conversation, Gage McWeeny, professor and chair in the English department at Williams College, Deborah Gettleman, associate professor of English at the College of Holy Cross, and Anne Leonard, Manton curator of prints, drawings, and photographs at the Clark, draw on examples from visual art and literature to show that attention, distraction, and daydreaming were already hot-button topics in the 19th century. Now for some background on the speakers. Gage McWeeny's course, Attention Distraction, is being offered at Williams College in spring 2026. Deborah Gettleman is the author of Imagining Otherwise: How Readers Help to Write 19th Century Novels. Anne Leonard has published on the topic of looking and listening in 19th century France. This event is scheduled to take place on April 16th. For more information, visit the website shown here. Up next, we will be stopping at both various locations in North Adams and Williamstown for a theater reading by Elsewhere Shakespeare. Join in Elsewhere Shakespeare's second annual North County Shakespeare Festival from April 23rd through April 30th, happening in Williamstown and North Adams. In this event, artistic associate Andrew Codispati and his collaborator Ariana Karp explore relationships in Shakespeare through a series of two-character scenes from the plays. This takes place in the town of North Adams and Williamstown, April 23rd through April 30th. For more information, visit the website shown here. Our next story takes us to the local basketball hardwood, where Massachusetts state championships were played recently. This year, the Hoosac Valley boys basketball team brought home their first ever state championship in the sport. This championship was an unexpected one. At one point in the season, the Hoosac Valley Hurricanes were 9-8 and were in danger of missing the state tournament altogether. They won their final 5 regular season games going into the tournament, but they were only seeded 8th. However, once the tournament began, Hoosac Valley would not be denied. They shocked number 1 seed Wehry in the quarterfinals, beat number 5 seed Roxbury Prep in the semifinals, and finally beat number 6 seed Holbrook Middle High School in the finals. Quanell Bradley took over the game, scoring 29 of his 33 points and grabbing 13 of his 20 rebounds in the second half. This marks the school's first boys Massachusetts basketball championship. The girls team has won several in the past few years. WWHEN congratulates the team on their success. Speaking of basketball, on the next episode of WWHEN, I will be introducing the newest class of Basketball Hall of Famers. So stay tuned. I now want to conclude a story that I've been providing for quite some time. With the Academy Awards over, I've mentioned how Sinners was nominated for a record-breaking 16 Oscars. While it didn't break any records at the actual ceremony, voters spread the wealth, which I don't have a problem with. It did end up taking 4 Oscars home. The 4 winners were Michael B. Jordan for Best Actor for his challenging dual role as twins Smoke and Stack. Ryan Coogler for Best Screenplay. Ludwig Göransson for Best Original Score. And Autumn Derald Arcapa for Best Cinematography. Arcapa's win was historic, as it broke many glass ceilings. She is the first woman, first person of color, and first person of Filipino heritage to win the Cinematography Award. While I wish Sinners could have taken home more awards, especially that Best Picture, WWHEN congratulates Sinners' success at the Oscars. It's now time for a road trip. This episode, we'll be visiting the zoo at Forest Park in Springfield. Beginning its journey in the late 1800s, the zoo in Forest Park and its education center continues to be an integral part of our region's diverse cultural and educational environment. Today, the zoo is a nonprofit organization governed by the Forest Park Zoological Society. Situated in Forest Park, the zoo is home to over 225 native and non-native animal residents representing a large variety of species. According to its website, quote, "We are proud to work with wildlife rehabilitators across the United States to provide care to animals that have been deemed non-releasable to the wild due to injury, illness, permanent disability, habituation to humans, or other factors. While it is our wish that all animals can be successfully rehabilitated and released back into the wild, we know that that is not a realistic expectation. By providing a happy, healthy, permanent home for these animals, we aim to educate our guests on the species that surround them and hope that our guests will become wildlife advocates, end quote. The zoo at Forest Park opened in 1894 and was initially run by the city's Parks Department. It was not until 1923 that the zoo began systematically labeling animals with their species, name, and origin. Well-known animals who have been there over the years included Jiggs the chimpanzee until 1967, Snowball the polar bear from 1951 until 1979, and Morganetta the elephant from 1965 to 1980. The Forest Park Zoo is located at 293 Summer Avenue in Springfield. The zoo operates from late March until early November. To purchase tickets, visit forestparkzoo.com. Additionally, the Pittsfield Athenaeum offers free passes for the museum. Passes allow up to admission for up to 5 people, but it does not cover the entrance fee or parking. Visit pittsfieldlibrary.org to purchase the passes. The zoo at Forest Park also supplies the answer to this episode's trivia question. As a reminder, this episode's question was, which famed children's author's works were partially inspired by the zoo at Forest Park? The answer is Dr. Seuss. For 30 years, Forest Park Zoo was curated by Theodore Robert Geisel, father of famous author and illustrator Theodore Seuss Geisel, aka Mr. Dr. Seuss. While working at the zoo, the elder Geisel occasionally gave his son antlers, beaks, and horns from deceased zoo animals, which Seuss would purpose for a rogue taxidermy art collection he titled Unorthodox Taxidermy. The zoo also inspired Seuss's acclaimed children's book, If I Ran the Zoo. It's now time for this episode's movie portion. For this episode, we'll be reviewing the brand new film, Project Hail Mary. This is the first 2026 movie I have actually seen in a movie theater. The film, based off the hit sci-fi novel by Andy Weir, is about Ryland Grace, an amnesiac astronaut and middle school science teacher who awakens 12 light years away from Earth and must regain his memory in order to complete a vital mission to save humanity with the aid of a strange alien life form he names Rocky. So, what did I think of this movie? As stated, Project Hail Mary is based off a novel by the same author who wrote The Martian, whose adaptation is a movie I really enjoy. I actually may like Project Hail Mary even better. The major reason why is Ryan Gosling as Ryland Grace. He just has so much charisma, humor, and charm as the lead character. At multiple points in the film, Gosling is the only human actor on screen, so he carries the movie on his shoulders. Also, the relationship between Grace and the alien Rocky is another highlight, as the two grow to respect each other's company. The movie also looks stunning and beautiful. It will surely be nominated for some technical awards at the next Academy Awards. My only complaint, and it's a minor one, is that the last act of the movie drags a little bit. You think the movie's over, but it keeps going for about 15 more minutes. To the film's credit, however, I'm not sure what they could have cut, if anything, because everything in this movie fits. Overall, this is an early contender for my favorite film of the year. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give Project Hail Mary a 9. That ends this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News in the Berkshires and beyond. If you would like to watch this or any other WWHCN episode again, you can visit PCTV's website, shown here, or my YouTube page at RT Wehry. And I want to thank CTSB TV and NBCTC for showing my show on their public access station. Thank you.